versus C. We'll see how both of the teams execute their game plans as we enter the land of dawn for the final game of day number 1 of the group stages here at MWI 2023. A lot of help already here in the purple buff. Vival going to be able to secure it with no invades early on, but I want to take a look at the mid lane because the Gushin, how is Cine going to lane up against this Lilia?
I think level 2 or level 3, there'll be some maneuver Cine can do on the Gushin to try and threaten this Lilia. But before that, and after that even, this is an assassin going up against a Lilia, right? So the Black Shoes will just completely counter any kind of serious kill threat. So now you can see the roams are starting to show here, but it's just too early, and there won't be any real action going up right here. Later on though, the Atlas and the Gushin, weirdly enough, can have some kind of combo going on, but that's a big if, and that's only if the Burmese Ghouls allow for such a big engagement. Look at the top side.
Oh, that's an outplay. That's a 2v1. Chell flickering forward onto Seiko. Who's going to be able to dish out the damage. It's still a 1-for-1. First blood over to Burmese Ghouls, but Chell made the, made a lot out of that situation. 2v1, still getting a proper trade. Unfortunately for her, I do believe... Oh, it's actually so good for her. Look at the minion waves, because the Burmese Ghouls minion waves are crashing in, and that's going to be a gold cannon minion lost by Seiko. So it ends up being so worth.
Unless the wave doesn't reach the turret, we'll have to see again later. But 1v2, that's definitely a huge play being made by Shell. I think she missed basic attacks several times though. Well, maybe we can check it out on the highlights later on. But now, the Burmese Ghouls are the ones trying to aggress, trying to shut down Fumi Echo on that Joy. But this is a very mobile, very annoying hero.
And with that, Fumi Echo is going to be able to get out. Vengeance popped in, but that's a lot of damage. That's the burst damage coming in. Fumi still able to escape from the minion cut on the bottom lane. Here, Vival as well, waiting in the bush desperately to look for the steal. I don't think she's going to be able to find it here. Vivian is looking for some CC to try to lock CS down, but it is just going to be Vival who rotates back and in the top lane. You can see Seiko still able to maneuver away from the knives.
Well, that's gonna be a very, very respectable attempt. Knowing that they cannot contest the turtle, they go elsewhere to try and equalize on a trade. But now it's level 4, so the ultimates are available, and all the heroes, the most of the heroes on the side of Bigetron era, has huge power spikes on that level 4. So we'll have to see what they can do right here. This is one of the small power spikes they can use to try and get an advantage. Of course, Joy with the electrifying beats. And of course, the Tempest of Blades, along with the Fatal Links, everything can be used for a massive combo. Unless, of course, the Burmese Ghouls just spread apart the members of Bigetron era.
Purify is ready. Seiko pops it in. They are able to find CS and Ku, but Tyrant's Rage actually going to be able to connect to Vivian right now as Vival rotates perfectly in time to pick up a kill onto the Roamer. Taunted up, has the Tempest of Blades, will pop it in. Vival gets out, but look at the comeback here for Cine. Just looking for the skill shot onto Venus. Actually goes in onto Seiko, puts the blades down. Not going to be able to actually jump under the tier 1. A bit too risky, but Bigetron era are able to equalize back in gold, and they're able to get some gold back for Chell on that turret. Cine though jumps in. That might be an outplay here. Seiko with the Zaman Force gets a double kill, and Bigetron era have been punished.
That is not good. That is not the result they were looking for. Over-aggressive in the top side, knowing that they have a power spike. You can see that the Burmese Ghouls were taking a chill, just waiting for a bit longer, but when they see an opportunity, they just go straight for it. And now Bigetron are the ones that need to try and recover. This is not getting the Harris 2 kills, 3 kills even in the early game. Definitely not the ideal circumstance, but on the flip side, Vival on that lane has still been able to secure the purple buffs, so maybe things are not as dire as they look.
Well, CS is going to be stunned up here, but the taunt comes in. Vivian not using the Fatal Links just yet, but Fumi Echo is going to be able to jump down there to pick up the kill. Now the stun comes in, but Vival is able to dodge away with the Tempest of Blades. Vivian taken down. Venus has the Black Shoes, pops it back out. Vival trying to do more damage, but it will not be able to connect here. Fumi Echo stunned up, and Ku picks up the kill. It's another 2-for-1 for the Burmese Ghouls.
This is a very aggressive, high-action game, and we've seen this again and again coming in from Bigetron era. And the concern is that if it goes on like this to the late game, early in the first time we've seen them play, I think their composition benefits from the concentrating. But now in the side of the Burmese Ghouls, they have a Harith, they have a Lilia as well. In that late game, that's a lot of damage if Bigetron Era wants to try and trade equally again and again like this.
Well, Vivian pops in the perfect match now, looking for an opening. That's going to be Hlang who gets bursted down. The Phalanx as well. So much of the resources from Bigetron Era have been used up on the front liner. Venus still in the back line, still going for it. Ku somehow finds the kill, gets a 3-man knockup, but the Tempest of Blades comes in. Viva going to be able to find the knockup, and that's so many of the damage abilities popped in again to take Burmese Ghouls down. Bigetron Era win in a team fight, but they lose out on the objective.
Well, I think they would still take it, take that trade. I think it's still worth it for them. Let's take a look at the replay right here. It all begins with that burst attempt onto Hlang. And it's just so much resources burnt out, but still afterwards, they were somehow still able to match the rest of the members coming in from the Burmese Ghouls and still come out on top in the team fight, so the execution is definitely still there.
Well, here though, in the bottom lane, you can see it live. They're trying to look for some more pickoffs. Zinni, whoa, aggressive jump onto the Fredrin. That might just be enough burst to take him down. Yep, it is. With the help of Chell, popping that ultimate, getting more attack speed, getting some kills across from her lane, knowing that you know, in the lane is going to be really tough here. But Vivian is coming back in. Seiko has the Purifier, not going to be able to find it just yet, and that's going to be Lynx bringing just the mid laner back in. Vivian going to be taken low, flickering. Alku falling to the fadeaway basic attack as Fumi Echo rotates back up. Zinni finding everything. The burst is enough to take Seiko down, and Bigetron Era are back in the game.
They have the power spikes, they have the burst damage available now, and this is where the Burmese Ghouls need to try and play it a lot safer. Essentially, on the side of Bigetron Era, they are 2 assassins, and Shell can also serve as one as well. That is an insane amount of damage, and Bigetron Era just step up the aggression. You see a lot of Athena shields being built by the Burmese Ghouls, but Shell is now turning it around, dealing that physical damage.
And Vival just cuts the wave, goes back. You can see the kill pressure starting to rise here from Bigetron Era, but it's because Burmese Ghouls are letting go of the fundamentals that they have built in the early stage, not clearing in the mid wave before rotating across the map, and that's just giving Bigetron Era so much room to punish the Burmese Ghouls. Now with the top lane pushed in as well, Bigetron Era don't need to go for the turtle. They're utilizing this to try to force Burmese Ghouls out of their base, out of their territory, so that they can actually look for a massive team fight. Ku, looking for the Tyrant's Revenge, finds the roamer in the bush, but Vivian's quite tanky herself. Has the perfect match too. Ku can be frozen up. That's a lot of damage. That's all the damage to take her down. Chell free hitting in the back line. The Fatal Links connecting onto CS, who's going to be melted down by Vival. That's the turtle as well. Chell picking up a double kill, also getting out from Seiko's. That's another double kill from Vival, who's looking for a triple. They're diving under the turret, and Vival's going to be able to find it. A triple kill for Vival, and Bigetron Era have just secured a wipeout against the Burmese Ghouls.
An 8-minute wipeout by Bigetron Era. This is the power spike coming in. That mid game we talked about. Let's take a look at that replay. It all began in the turtle, where Ku was trying her best to try and get intel, gets zoned away, gets bursted down, and one by one, the members of the Burmese Ghouls funnel through. A team with essentially 4 assassins, and one by one, they get taken out. Even here, under the turret, it's not safe at all for Seiko. Everyone is just so mobile and has so much burst damage.
Playing, oh my god, Venus too! What is this damage, man? Fatal Links onto Ku, it's a triple for Vival, and she might just be looking for the Savage at this point. What the heck just happened there, Arashi? There's so much damage output from just Vival alone. Was that Vival? Was that Vival and Zinni?
I feel like there's a team effort there for sure, but against so many assassins, right? Joy is essentially an assassin, Ling, Gusion, and Carry to a degree, right? Short range, mobile. Everyone is essentially an assassin except for the Atlas. So at this point in the game, when they have about 1 or 2 items, they are very, very strong. They have all the outplay potential. The Burmese Ghouls really should be playing it a bit more carefully here. The last thing they want is to have Bigetron Era snowball out of control, but it seems like they've already began to do just that. If you take a look at the item build, Shell already with the Demon Hunter Sword on top of the Golden Staff and the Corrosion side, but never mind that. That's a lot of damage and a monster kill coming in for Shell.
Wait, Ku actually died there, right? I mean, now you see him, now you don't. Instantly just deleted across the map, and this is why the carry is just so scary to play against. Burmese Ghouls picked up a solid lane matchup up against the carry, and it still did not work out for them. Chell was behind for the most part in the game, especially when it comes down to just the laning phase, but she was able to find so many creative pickoffs across the map with the help of her teammates that the laning phase really did not matter that much, right? Chell is at a point where she's 7-2 and 6, dealing way more damage than Seiko.
I mean, Seiko now has the Divine Glaive, but it might not be enough. The difficult part is Hilang and CS. They can't really try and get a bit of crowd control because they don't know who to target. Right now, they have to try and stop Shell from auto-attacking. They have to stop Cine from just bursting down everyone, including your tank, including your roamer. Rival can do the exact same thing, and Fumi Echo is tanky on top of being able to just burst down the backline members. We saw that in that turtle fight, Seiko and Venus are just forced back immediately once Fumi Echo just jumps down on them. And this is why the Joy in the XP lane with the Vengeance is just such an oppressive presence. I personally hate going up against it. It does not make sense.
It really doesn't, man. Right now, oh my god, one Defiant Blade takes the tank down that much. Vivian's looking for an engage here, pops in a perfect match just to zone Burmese Ghouls away. They try to siege the turret down, the base turret will fall. This was one of my concerns when looking at the composition that Bigetron Era have drafted for themselves, right? They don't really have a lot of range, but they're still able to siege so well, just based on the pressure that they have. And just on that note, Vivian and Fumi Echo are able to zone the other members away. Venus flickers out, but it's onto Vivian. That's the burst coming through. That's the Tyrant's Rage to punish Cine down. It's a shutdown coming in, but a Tempest of Blaze will be popped in the midst of it all. That's Chell free hitting, and it's another wipeout for Bigetron Era as they seal the game to stand atop the group with Smart Omega 2-0.
There was about 3-4 wipeouts in that game, all for the side of Bigetron Era, man. That is insane. We talked about maybe taking it chill, you know, playing more calculatively, but Bigetron Era says no. We are going with the super aggressive 4-assassin composition, and we're gonna take out everyone. And the Burmese Ghouls, they were caught completely off guard.
Just when you think they looked vulnerable, just for a split